Good evening, or good afternoon, or good morning from wherever it is you're watching the O's right now. Welcome to Orient Live. It's time for Leyton Orient versus Plymouth Argyle. A long away trip on the road, but myself, Jabbo Abire and Andrew Butler are here, nice and cosy, in the E10 studio, ready to bring you all the action this evening. And welcome for the first time this season, both you boys. Great to have you back, and the football's coming really thick and fast at this point of the season, and it's a treat.
Yeah, it really is. I know at the start of the season, when I was playing in my time, the game's coming thick and fast. You get into your groove, you get into hopefully your scoring rhythm, and you just can't wait to keep playing.
And it's been a mixed bag of results, but a fairly positive mixed bag, if that is such a thing.
Yeah, a bit of a contradiction, but no, you're right. It's been a funny old start because that first game against Huddersfield was obviously not where we wanted to be, but then hitting back with that win against Wigan was fantastic. And then Saturday's game showed that there's a real fight in this team that hasn't left us over the summer. We've had a big turnover of players, and you think sometimes that squad mentality sometimes might drop out with certain players, but coming from 2-0 down against Stockport to level the game in the manner in which we did was brilliant to see.
Though it's early, that comeback on Saturday, it's almost given a feeling of momentum coming into tonight's game.
Yeah, totally. I mean, it's just showed us what character the lads have, especially being a new set of players, and to have that character, to come back against a team that might be there or thereabouts come the end of the season. I think it feels more like a win, especially when you get a goal late on. It just feels like it can really set a tone and give you real positiveness going into this game.
In the same breath, though, form at this stage of the season kind of goes out the window. We know that from starts of seasons we've had Plymouth yet to win a game. We've had a couple of good results, but that means nothing really at this point. Yeah,
completely, and you're absolutely right to compare it to Plymouth. We were in exactly the same position as them this time last season. We lost our first four, I think, in the league, and Plymouth have lost their first three, not even got a point on the board, but then got a good win in the Carabao Cup against QPR, obviously a team in the division above. So it's early days. I don't know how long we say it's early days for. I always give it till about September, because they're still figuring out like the players, the new acquisitions that you have. Each team in the league it's kind of starts almost pretty much from scratch by the way that every team seems to turn over players in this day and age. So it's very much still early days, but it's been positive, I think, so far this season.
It certainly has. Well, we're certainly not looking at the league table just yet. But now, before we go any further, let's hear from the main man, the gaffer. It's Richie Wellens.
Gaffer, a couple of days on from the home draw against Stockport, just what's your assessment having seen it back?
I thought it was very good, really good, loads of good moments in the game. Dominated more or less all of the game. Not a weird 10-minute spell, a 10-minute spell where we lost control, made bad decisions, and you're playing against a good team. And what you need to do in that bad spell, you need to control the game, manage their momentum. And we didn't do that well enough, but I have to say the response was from the players excellent. We didn't give in, we kept going till the end. I think we should have won the game.
How pleasing is it for you we obviously came back from 2 goals down, but against a very good team and also as a brand new group ourselves?
Yeah, that's the biggest positive, the fact that we never gave in, we kept going. And if you look at our team last year and the year before, even the League 2 team, we was never beaten. And if you've got that in your team, it's a massive strength. The opposition know that any goal, any change of momentum can swing it back in our favour. And if you never give in, then there's always a minimum of a point on the board for you. So I was really pleased in Ascot. I'm excited with our front three at the moment. I think they look good in possession. They're a threat, and also the out of possession work is very, very good. 2 midfield players that can win the ball back. We need to be a bit cleaner in our angles and the way that we play. Too often against Stockport it's possession, but it's with our centre backs and 2 full backs. I don't mind it being on the halfway line, but I don't like it being 20-30 yards inside our own half. So there's loads of things that we can improve on, but we're still working on the basics at the moment, and we're getting very good at the basics, so exciting going forward.
So the 4th game now in the space of a fortnight. So there are a couple of changes to the O's side, following on from Saturday's 2-2 draw with Stockport County. But let's take a look and see that lineup in full. Starting in goal for the O's, it's now number 1, it's Tommy Simpkin. Across the back line we have Teo Adaramola and Michael Craig in the fullback positions, with Dan Happy and the club captain Omar Beckles in the heart of defence. Idris El Mazouni starts midfield, and it's Tyreek Bakinson who comes in for Sean Clare, and it's an unchanged front four with Ollie O'Neill and Josh Karoma in the wide positions, with Jalang Jayasimi in the 10 and Aaron Connolly leading the line. And on the bench, Killian Cahill, Jack Simpson, Tom James, Sean Clare, Dimitri Mitchell, Jack Morehouse and Azim Abdullahi. So, any real surprises there for you, Andrew?
I don't think so. No, I think having Bakinson, I think that the fact that he comes off the bench and makes an impact with that brilliant pass through to Ollie O'Neill for the equaliser on Saturday, it's those sort of moments that kind of matter. But no real surprises. Nice to see the kind of consistency of a front four. I think when you're so early in the season, it's very tempting to go, should we give this player some minutes? Should we give this player? Should we change this out? Should we change this out? Our greatest successes have always come when we've had a very, very settled and reliable squad and starting 11. So nice to see just that stableness has continued, because I don't think goals are going to be particularly hard to come by this season. I mean, I hope I'm right in saying that and not jinxing it so early in the season. But Connolly looked very sharp. Ollie O'Neill we're going to speak about later on, but he's been absolutely brilliant this season. So it's nice to see that bit of the starting lineup staying the same.
Let's start with the defence though, and when you've got Dan Happy and Omar Beckles as probably one of your first two names on the team sheet, you've got confidence. They are such a duo.
They are. I mean, the stalwart of this side, I think, for many seasons now, they've played together. Whenever they have played together, I know sometimes in previous seasons they've been injured or suspensions, whatever, but when they are together, they just set the tone for the team. Omar's leadership's just amazing. And, I think when them two are in the side, I always feel confident. And it's just nice to see them back fit, playing together, played for so many years now. And it's just good to see them building and continuing.
Teo Adaramola in the left back position, we've seen a lot of him, he's been impressive, but the slightly unknown one would be Craig at right back. What do you make of that change? Do you think that's maybe tactical from Richie, or just seeing what he's about?
I think it's perhaps tactical. Obviously moving Tom James out of the team, you lose an element of that experience when you have Happy, Beckles and Tom James playing all in the same back four. That's kind of what I was talking about, having a settled lineup. You do take out that element of it. I think it's probably the one bit of the squad and the bit of the team that is perhaps a bit more unsure at the moment, which is why Richie's probably looking at just changing it out so soon after Saturday. If you get that Tuesday game and go, right, okay, it's in the same way that we talk about number 9s and that striker shirt, and we go, this is your number, you can claim this is your position if you want to claim it. It doesn't really fit that format when we go, actually every number's available, every position is available for every player to claim when they get that opportunity. So I think it's still up for grabs.
It certainly is. The left back position seems fairly locked down. Adaramola at left back, he's been really impressive. He's had a couple of loan spells of recent seasons, and he's almost hit the ground running here.
It really has. He's young, enthusiastic. He really wants to do well. The previous loan at Bradford, he done really well, and they obviously got promotion. So he's coming into a side with that confidence and that enthusiasm, knowing that I've got this experience now. I'm in a team that they're vying for promotion, and it adds good quality to that left-hand side.
I think hit the ground running is exactly the right phrase as well to use, Ollie, because he's running and he looks sharp. We've kind of probably not seen enough of him to really get a gauge of his all-round game thus far, especially from an attacking sense. But he does look, like he just fits in, and it looks like that position will be his if he wants it.
It's such a crucial two positions really, the fullbacks, especially in a Richie Wellens side. You look at last season, majority of the games were played with Jack Curry and Ethan Galbraith there, two player of the seasons, both now in the Championship, no surprise. When our fullbacks click, it's something about Richie's system that we click.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, the fullbacks tend to do a lot of the tackling and get a lot of the ball, especially when in terms of Galbraith, who used to come into midfield and get on the ball, and Clare would sort of see that and cover the right hand side. So they play an important role in Richie Wellens sides, and what I've seen of him so far, he gets up and down, he's dangerous on the ball, he when he's out wide he looks to get it in early, and he's taking it on board straight away. He's not waiting around to settle in. He's getting in. He's showing what he's about. I think that's very important.
Big pair of shoes to fill on the right hand side for Craig. Obviously a club record deal we received for Ethan Galbraith, but he is a midfielder. Offered a deal at Reading, I think highly rated, and it's that midfielder / fullback role that hopefully we'll see him really blossom into.
Yeah, and I think you can probably do a good job of just going, look, we had this player last season, here's his highlights, just do that. Even if you're 80% of as good as what Ethan Galbraith was, then we'd have a decent player on our hands there, and Galbraith's obviously gone, and I'm sure lots of fans will have seen this already, but he's gone and absolutely flourished at Swansea already this season, and the fans seem to have taken to him fantastically too. So it is big shoes to fill. I think given these early stages of the season, we're allowed to give ourselves like that element of grace of being able to talk about old players until perhaps September, and then we can start talking about the players that we've got in. But yeah, it is. I guess it's become a position that we've been familiar with having very, very decent players in there. I mean, Tom James has done the best part of that work in recent seasons, and then Galbraith was just fantastic last year.
He was. And then let's talk about the midfield then, because it's a very new look to midfield as well. We haven't seen much of Idris El Mazouni and Tariq Bakinson next to each other, but two players with a lot of quality in there, and they're another duo that now, if you can see click tonight against what is fundamentally a good Plymouth side, that will be important.
Yeah, I think that's what he's doing now, to be fair. There's a lot of games to kind of trial and test, whether it's league games, whether it's cup games. It gives the Richie an opportunity to get the partnerships, gets the pairing to see who's really going to be his first choice. And we know what Idris is about, and it's just finding who he can partner with, where he's going to flourish, how that's going to impact the team. And I think it's a great opportunity for Tyrese this evening. But he's come with pedigree, played at a high level, very athletic, and he's got a good range of passing. So it'd be interesting to see who gets that shirt and how it works.
And let's talk about goals now. It's the most important part. And let's talk about one man in particular. We've already given him some praise, but I think, obviously early doors, but player of the season so far. Ollie O'Neill looks set to really take this campaign by the scruff of its neck.
Yeah, and we were, I think, unfortunate to not see much of Ollie O'Neill, or not as much as we wanted to see last season of him, because he is a brilliant player, and we know that. We've seen as soon as he arrived at the club in that January a couple of years ago that he really hit the ground running. But this is just him at his best. His range of movement, the way that he kind of glides around the pitch, it makes defenders completely second guess what he's going to do next. And interestingly, I was looking at the fact that he's already got 1 goal and 1 assist this season. Last season, he only got 3 goals and 3 assists. Now, he didn't play many minutes, but it was over the course of over 2,000 minutes. It was a goal or assist every 270 odd minutes, and now he's made that a goal and assist every 120 minutes so far this season. He was unlucky with his goal and assist contributions last season, because he was often like the pass before the pass, but he's been brilliant this season, like a really kind of like live wire player that defenders, it doesn't really matter almost sometimes. I mean, Jabba will know about this more, but it doesn't really matter how you play. It's almost the element of seeing that name on the team sheet and going, we've already got to double up on him, or we've got to already think hard about how we're going to play against him, which actually often opens up other players around the pitch to thrive instead of that one particular player.
And what's it like for, obviously, Aaron Connolly has come in and had to kind of find his feet in this side. Josh Koroma as well, new to that front four, and Richie's so fluid in his attack and his movement with his sides, that to have a player with the quality that Ollie O'Neill clearly possesses, how important is that for Richie?
Well, I think it helps the others to thrive as well. I mean, you see in someone like Ollie with the license to go and be positive, take people on and cause mayhem, like Andrew was saying there, it just then creates space for other people to find the pockets and get on the ball and then make runs. Like JSC, if Ollie's taking plays that way, it opens a space for JSC then to find the likes of Connolly and Josh. So I think watching him, I think, I want a bit of that, I'm going to get involved. And you can see the way they're working hard, the pace, the fluidity up there. Like I said, it looks like they're going to get a lot of opportunities, and it's just whether we can be clinical enough to finish it off at the top end.
Well, that's the thing as well. Looking from the clips we just saw of Ollie O'Neill, he probably should have had more assists to his name as well. Some good defending from the opposition, of course. But if we keep him fit and keep him clicking and ticking, he'll be a goal machine.
Oh yeah, I mean, and we've seen that from him already as an Orient player. I said this, when we signed him, he had that very thrilling 3 months where I think he got 7 goals, 7 assists as well in his first 3 months at the club, and he was absolutely brilliant. And we kind of thought, how have we just picked up this guy in January and done that deal? And so he was a bit unlucky last season with injuries and lack of game time, but he's been fantastic so far this season.
He certainly has. Well, without much further ado then, let's hear from the man of the moment, Ollie O'Neill.
I'd actually been looking for that pass from Ty a couple of times in the 10 minutes before that, and lovely through ball. I know he'd play it on the blind side of the defender, and then it's pretty straightforward 1v1 to be fair. It's just, I suppose, knowing when you get slipped in like that, it probably feels like you've got a lot more time, and everything kind of slows down, and yeah, it's easy enough finish in the end. Obviously you think you're going to score when you're going in, especially when such a clean chance, like it's not like you're reacting to something, you know, you've got time to know. Like I knew as soon as Ty passed it, I just wanted to open up and slot it. So I think I obviously had the second of celebrating and the moment of joy, and then probably 4 or 5 minutes left. And with the way we'd been playing and stage running in the game, I thought there's no reason we couldn't go and get the third, which we weren't quite able to do, but yeah, there's no point celebrating at 2-2. Slightly disappointing from us in how we managed that first half, because as you say, we were probably the better side for large parts of it. Didn't quite capitalise on the first 20-25 minutes, and then probably let us down for about 10-15 minutes where the tide of the game just turned and we didn't negate that very well. Especially with the history we've had with Stockport, there's this acceptance that the games are going to ebb and flow. Like the playoffs are identical in that sense. So I think we know at half-time we still have the capacity to go and play well. And also that scoreline of 2-0 is quite liberating at times, because it's a pretty straightforward game. I do think they sat in a little bit to try and hold what they had, which probably helped us. But yeah, I think we felt that we could go and dominate the second half and hopefully turn that into something. I feel good, like I feel fit, which is the main thing, strong. I think I've got a little bit stronger physically. Yeah, and then obviously missed the first one, Huddersfield. But then since I've been able to start the games, felt pretty good at Wigan and then again on Saturday. So yeah, I'm pleased with how it started and just want to keep it going. Can't stand him. No, I love Teo. Yeah, so like I go back a long way with Teo. Played together 15, 16, 17, kind of all the way through the Irish youth teams. And I just adore playing with him. I think we complement each other well. He's an absolute flying machine. And so we both have different strengths. I want to come inside, play. He wants to just bomb on, up and down. And then yeah, having that level of understanding over a few years makes it so easy, because I just know what he's going to do and vice versa. And I just love him to bits off the pitch as well, so that helps. We'll have better games, and sure, if we go and play 30, 40, 50 games together, obviously, in 9 months' time, that'd be even better. But I mean, I thoroughly enjoyed playing with Jack Curry last year. I thought that might be a hard task to go and find that again, but to be fair, Teo's probably the ideal man for it. I'm excited for it. I'm looking forward to playing Plymouth. Like, good venue, good stadium, big club, place I've not been before. And yeah, they've obviously got expectations coming down into this league, and I know they've had a slightly tricky start, but I'm sure there'll be a challenging side and a good benchmark for us.
Top stuff there from Ollie, and hopefully some more goal involvements from him tonight. But now then, let's turn our attention to the home side and Plymouth Argyle, who are standing in between Leyton Orient and another 3 points. Starting in goal for Plymouth is Lucas Ashby-Hammond. In defence we have Cornell Sooks, Alex Mitchell, the captain Brendan Galloway and Eamon Benarous. In midfield is Caleb Watts alongside Malachi Boateng, with Tegan Finn, Xavier Amici and Bali Mumba ahead of them two, with Owen Orsini leading the line for Argyle. And on Tom Cleverley's bench this evening is Zach Baker, Victor Palson, Caleb Roberts, Matthew Sorinola, Bradley Ibrahim, Joseph Hatch and Aribim Peple. So we've already kind of touched on it, but it's a hard one to call, Jabba. They were not very good in the Championship last season. They came down after a brief stint up there. And probably on paper you look at them and go, well, a recently relegated side, they'll have that Championship quality.
Well, you can say that, but at times, sometimes when you've had a difficult run in the Championship and you get relegated, and sometimes that continues, and evidently it seems like that's what's happening right now. So, I mean, it's not necessarily given. You've seen teams come down and get another relegation in the following season. So, I do think it's about momentum. I think at the start of the season, yes, you can't judge too much, but you can judge when it's positive and it lifts the place, and you can judge when it's going the other way. And I think it's down for us to have like a really fast start and put them to the sword early, and I think we can take control of the game.
I mean, Richie said it, when you're used to losing, it's maybe then hard to start winning. That's certainly been the case so far this season.
Yeah, and the used to losing thing is big, but also it looks already like their defence is incredibly shaky as well. They've conceded 10 goals in their first 4 matches in all competitions, 8 of them in the league, and so you have to look at that and you know, you must be going into this game being really positive that we can, you know, add to that goal tally and get a couple at least past them, and then it will be up to us to make sure that we hold on to a clean sheet. And they've changed 3 of their back 4 from the weekend as well, which also doesn't strike a great deal of confidence into you. Of course, Brendan Wiredu got sent off against Lincoln, so he's suspended, but Sorinola and Powson also drop out of the team as well. So losing 3 of your back 4 3 days after losing 3-2 against Lincoln does suggest that there's a few problems at the back for Plymouth. So it's up to us to exploit that this evening.
They've obviously looked to strengthen though. They've signed Alex Mitchell, ex-Orient loanee. We know he was all about a no-nonsense, big, strong defender. He's got promoted with Charlton last season, but you know he's one coming into the side. A hard one to gauge maybe tactically. We wouldn't have seen how he fits into this Plymouth side, but as fans we know that he's not going to give Aaron Connolly up an easy time.
Yeah, definitely not. And I think, you know, he's been brought in, but he's brought into an environment hopefully that he's, you know, he just can focus and bring something to the defence. But ultimately, some of the players would know a bit about him. But with the way Connolly and the fluidity of the front 4, I think there's the last team that they want to be playing against is us at the moment.
I mean, he also has grown his hair like yours, Ollie. I mean, when we knew him from here, he had like a skinhead, came from Millwall. He had the surname was literally Mitchell. I thought, oh, this guy's from EastEnders, and now he's gone to the southwest, grown his lovely long flowing locks like yours, and yeah, we might see a different player today.
He's a much better centre back than let that be known. Let's take a look at some of the goals they've conceded this season, then, because as you've said, defensively, you know, they're there to be got tonight. And as we'll see here, if you're Ollie O'Neill, Josh Koroma and Aaron Connolly and Joe Assini watching these, you'd be licking your lips a little bit.
Yeah, hopefully so. I mean, at the start of the season, you want to get off to a good start. And I mean, look at that. I mean, the defender there scrambling, couldn't clear his lines, not really positive with the clearances, and the goals that can really be avoided, but maybe they're just not at the races yet. You know, pre-season, not quite found their rhythm, their pace, and I think teams are capitalising because they're goals that really can be avoided, and at this moment in time, they're up against it.
From the goals they have conceded so far this season, they look like a backline that you can get in behind. You can really kind of put onto the back foot. And is that what we need to do with our gameplay? Yeah,
completely. I mean, like they've been terribly like incoherent and open at the back. The back 4 have just been absolutely wide open, and by that I mean not just being able to get in behind them, but the space in between the back 4 when there's attacking moments. You want to be compact and at least pick up your men, but they haven't been able to do that at all this season. And like I said, they've conceded 10 in their 4 games so far this season, which is, you know, not a place I don't think anyone supporting Plymouth or the manager Tom Cleverley would be wanting them to be in.
You're sat almost making noises of
disbelief, Jeff. I'm watching the clips there, and the gaps between the defender and the fullback space is huge. As a striker, I'll just step forward and just spin into that space. It's just so open, regardless of what personnel he's changed. I mean, it's the structure of that back line, and they're all over the place. Someone stepping up, there's space in behind. The gap on the last clip, the gap between the fullback and the centre half was massive. So realistically, we should be licking our lips for sure. I would be.
Well, hopefully the O's can exploit that tonight, and they'll do so wearing for the first time this season the best-selling kit of the lot. It's the third kit that is on sale, and you can pick it up for just $53.99. That's available now online or in the club superstore, so don't miss out before the most popular sizes of that one sell out. What a kit that is, by the way.
It's a beauty.
Nice, yeah.
It's a beauty.
It is.
It's nice.
I would wear it.
Yeah.
I would most definitely wear it. Would you, Jabbo?
Damn right, yeah, hell yeah.
Oh, we'll all wear it for the next trip. For the next trip. But also, of course, with kick-off very nearly upon us. Don't forget, if you're watching along live on our YouTube stream, then tonight's match is available to stream here on Orient Live. Match passes are just £10, and audio passes for UK listeners or followers can listen with an audio pass with Dave Victor and Barry Twin as well. But now, before we get ready to head up to, or down to Home Park even, let's remind ourselves one more time of how the O's are shaping up. This evening in goal is Tommy Simpkin. Across the back line is Teo Adaramola and Michael Craig in the fullback positions. Dan Happy and the club captain Omar Beckles are in the heart of defence. Idris El Mazouni partners Tyreek Bakinson with Oli O'Neill, Jalan Jayasimi and Josh Koroma playing just behind Aaron Connolly, who leads the line. Killian Cahill, Jack Simpson, Tom James, Sean Clare, Dimitri Mitchell, Jack Morehouse and Azim Abdullahi all start on the bench this evening. What an opportunity it is to turn our mixed bag of results into what would be a very good start to the season.
A good bag.
A good bag.
Turn that mixed bag into a good bag. Yeah, no, absolutely. And you know, with 4 points from 3 games is by no means a disaster. And it's just kind of that getting those particular games off the back. You know, a Tuesday night game, away game at Plymouth. Don't really want to be doing that at any stage of the season, but given they've lost their first 3 games of the season, doing it in August is probably the most ideal time to do it.
Are you confident, Jabbo?
Yeah, I'm very confident, and I think, yeah, I mean, like, looking at that clip, I'm even more confident. But I just feel that you know, the way that all the front attackers have scored their goals early doors, they must be buzzing. Team that has conceded loads of goals, I think it's a perfect game. Teams
are out on the pitch a little bit early here, Andrew. But if you're Plymouth as well. Is this, I don't know, maybe this is a question for you, Jabbo, but is this I know we're early doors, but as you keep on going on not winning games, not scoring goals, conceding lots, at what point does those nerves start turning into real fears?
I think it starts creeping now. It definitely has. I mean, you're at home now, another pressured game. Fans are going to be expecting when we're going to get our first win of the season, etc. And it begins to dawn. And I think it happens so quickly, and you have to get that off your back as quick as possible. So sometimes when you do get your first win of the season, it's a really good thing, and then the team can build momentum. But when it's the other way, it can be disastrous.
Traditionally not the most happiest of hunting grounds for the O's, but hopefully tonight is different.
Hopefully it has a different feel to it. Usually it's, I don't know, someone will probably fact check me on this, but usually it's a miserable Tuesday night somewhere deep in the season, and we go home quite unhappy. But yeah, it feels different today.
Yeah. Also a bit of a kick clash with the purple referee kit and our funky number this evening, but hopefully that won't be an issue. Right then, kickoff is very nearly among us. So let's hand over to our match commentary team of Dave Victor with co-commentator for tonight, Barry Twin.
So Leyton Orient then in that chain strip of all blue, and it's going to be Idris El Mazouni to get the first touch of the night. Plymouth the Argyle